fly away.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Fly away. Yeah. Butterflies fly. You gave me my wings, so I guess I gotta fly. I was writing songs, you was right there by my side. Butterflies fly, butterflies fly, butterflies fly away. Fly away. Fly away. Fly away. Oh, they fly. Oh, they fly away. Fly away.
What's up?
DKOMX.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I gotta get used to that.
What's up, man?
Yes,
Been a minute. It's been a minute, man. Been a minute. Yes, sir. What's going on, sir? Good to see you, bro.
It's been a while,
Man, this place right here, man. Woo! Put some time here, boy.
You guys have put a lot of time in right here.
Yes, sir.
And this right here is a duo. It's so amazing. I see you guys out and about, really putting in some good work. But what I want to know is how you just continue to put all your grind into your son. I know it's your son, and we do that. We find a way to get our son to the next level. But
Yeah.
what's the passion for you that makes you dig so deep into getting Mr. DKOMX the way he need to be?
Well, I just say, me and my dad were very close before he passed, and you know, he always had a passion for, you know, one of the things of servant leadership is building, you know, building people's strength. And you know, I'm just a natural servant leader, so you got to start at home with servant leadership. Wow. So that's what I try to do, man. I try to start at home with my own son. And so, you know, it's an opportunity for me, you know, to help him with his dreams. You know what I'm saying? So I'm living my dreams, so I'm helping him have an avenue to live his dreams. And he has a gift, man. You know, God gave him to me. But we gotta, as parents, we gotta allow God to use his, you know, what he came to the world to do. And my favorite quote is, though every man and woman is born into this world to do something unique and something distinctive, and he or she never does it, it will never be done. And that was by Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays, and I went to Mays High School in Atlanta. So I would walk through the halls and see that quote, man, and I lived that quote. You know, he was born to do something distinctive. We all were. And so I just am trying to give him that avenue to do his distinctive thing, or it'll never be done.
It'll never be done.
And he's amazing, man. He's got a gift.
I mean, I've been seeing his gift since, you know, just kind of tossing the ball around. You know, maybe middle school, high school. He's been amazing all the way through. But what I want to know, DK, is, you know, how it feels to have Pop kind of hanging on to your hip. I know you got the girls and all that stuff. And I know everybody chatting DKOMX. But how did that feel to you to really have that support? But, you know, we're at school now. How does that feel for you?
I mean, it feels huge, you know what I'm saying? Just having somebody that raised you, supports you that much, you know, like as an artist and just in general, you always see, you know, father figures or, you know, mother figures that don't support you in what you want to do and like how you want to grow. So, you know, having my parents, both of them, you know, support me so much, it really helps me. Even when I'm at school, you know, I'll be at school, I might go to a football game and they come in town and, you know, they show up. But, you know, showing up is like a big part of the job. So, You know what I'm saying?
You got to show up as a parent. What do you say, Chris? You got to show up.
No, I mean, I just, of course, like you said earlier, you know, we love dads.
We love dads, man.
So there's dads that have to shape and you know, do a little more fabrication. And then there's dads, like he said, that allows something to organically grow for what is here, you know, and there's room for all of those dads. You know, I just appreciate DK, you know, accepting his dad's servant leadership.
That's important. You know? That's very important. He's really accepting that. You know, a lot of kids and young adults, man, I got it, Dad. I got this, I got that. And really you don't, you know, until you get to like 30, 35, dude. I thought I had it, but I didn't have it. And I look back and I was like, man, it was, you know, once I turned about 30, 35, that's when I realized, man, I think I have it now. But you ready for the Outside the Line podcast?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. Good to have you on.
Man, it's good to be in this building, bro. A lot of days in this building, boy. A lot of days in this building. What Pablo say? Picking it up and throwing it.
Yes, sir.
I still say, ooh, look at little DJ.
I pulled it up on Apple Music.
Let's go do it, baby.
Right. Middle chair? Okay.
I grew from my cocoon to be the person that I am. I'm taking girls to the beaches when I used to just play in the sand. I gave my answer. Trouble music is a lethal weapon, even if nobody listen. Don't dismiss the bigger picture. What's a pain if I
bet.
just created pain? To be a product of just one match.
Yes, sir. That's nice. That's nice.
Sign it up, baby. Sign it up. Get that autograph. Yes, sir. So let's get into the podcast.
Outside the line, baby.
Outside the Line podcast. Today we have a very, very special guest, artist from Macon, Georgia, by the name of DKOMX. He's been dropping some lyrics all over the nation.
Yeah.
And he's here today to show Outside the Lines how to jam. We're gonna party here today. So today I have my co-host, Mr. Christopher Hunter over there.
All right.
Chris, what's been going on? New Year's here.
Yeah, so
Anything exciting for you?
Well, I was going to ask you, you being a personal trainer,
Yes, sir.
TNT Sports and Fitness.
Right.
You got any people doing some New Year's resolutions,
Man,
reaching out to you?
I've had 2 or 3 already hit me up saying, Coach, what do you have? What kind of challenge you have? And I'm like, nothing. I have nothing for you. It's the same one you had last year.
You should. Just to piggyback that, like, I started a challenge just through a Facebook group.
Right.
I didn't start it. I joined it. It's a 6,200 or 62,000 meter rowing challenge.
Ooh, rowing.
Yeah, and
That's tough, big guy.
it's actually the proceeds go to the American Cancer Society.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Good
so
cause.
so y'all check that out if you can. Make a donation under my name, Christopher Hunter. You'll see it on Facebook.
That's what's up.
And
what's up.
we're supposed to post our progress throughout the month.
Oh, wow.
This month of January.
Let me see what you have, man.
Oh yeah. I did 4,000 today.
Oh, you're gonna need an accountability partner here.
Yeah.
So check it out. We have Mr. DKOMX here. He's gonna open it up. He's gonna tell us his name, where he's from, what he's been doing. I want to get deep into the concerts, the jamming, the partying. And my man Chris, he's probably gonna, throw some stuff in there too. But I want to party a little bit today.
Yeah.
A lot of times we get baseball players and football players in here. We have to talk about inside the lines, but today we get to really talk about outside the lines. So today it's Outside the Line with Mr. DKOMX. Introduce yourself.
My name is DKOMX, stands for DKO Music. I'm a second-year psychology and theater double major, recording artist from Macon, Georgia, and I used to play baseball actually out of here. Game on, you know what I'm saying? I was trained by Mr. Lee Hughes here, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Had him in the head a lot times. Yeah.
So what is your government name?
Dakarai Williams.
All right.
Yes.
Dakarai Williams. He was an awesome baseball player at Mount DeSales. And
what position?
Second base, shortstop, outfield.
Yeah. He played a lot of those positions here. But I tell you what, when he came in the game on, he always had that great work ethic. He grind every day. And honestly, I know Chris been kind of hearing this a little bit, but I try to put on a hoodie or a sweater for my guests. And this one here, rule number 1, never be number 2. And so the thing with DK, I never seen him sit back and be number 2. He was always number 1. And that's what I'm seeing now. While he's on the stage, all the interviews, all the things he's been doing over the last couple of years, he's striving to actually be that number 1 guy. So, like I said, DK, I came to party, man. I came to hear all the hype. tell me who you opened for over the last year or 2 years. So you've been in the game, what, 2, 3, 5 years? You've been rapping at least 6 years. I just didn't know about it.
No,
so tell me who you opened up for, man.
So opening so far, I've done Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo in the same concert. I've done Big Boy, SWV, Scarface. So
he going deep.
Yeah. And Pastor Troy. So yeah, like all those artists. You know
That's good stuff.
Are you on them, or you know that's just where your promotion led you? Are you fans of those, most of those?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
because those are some you named some of the stuff.
That's
some of art music.
Yeah.
You know, like.
So I've actually opened for a Funk Fest, and that's actually how I got into like SWV, Scarface. So that was that performance. I think I was about 16 years old when I did that, and so. Yeah, so from that to...
I see you got a little fuzz up there, baby.
You already know. Yep.
DK, we're going to take it back and forth, man. We're going to go from the younger years. Because, a lot of times we come in here and we're talking about a lot of sports, a lot of, baseball, football, basketball. We've been thinking about having a cheerleader on, just somebody who's really active. And so we know you've been high up on the sports. And not to get away from... the concerts, but I think we need to pay a little respect to what happened in the NFL game.
Oh man!
Sure.
Hamlin was a safety for Buffalo Bills. Just kind of collapsed in the middle of the game there, or in the first quarter. So we want to make sure we send a shout out to.
I actually give a lot of respect to the analysts and the NFL that they respected what was going on. They wasn't. I'm kind of, so our age group, we always talk about how soft, but we also need to be, kind of give credit to people being like sensitive to that type of thing,
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? DK?
I think it was the right call. It's good to be cognizant of, somebody's life that's in danger. I mean, he's in critical condition. So, I think that's always the most important thing. Usually, somebody gets hurt, they get up and clap, they good. Either they get carted off or whatever, but they still breathe and they good. So, seeing somebody in critical condition, I think it was the right call to just call the game for a second, I mean, that's huge for not only the players on his team, but the players on the other team too. Like, they feel like that was on them, so.
No doubt.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those "are you entertained" moments.
No.
It was like, hey, we've worked towards being sensitive to this. Let's be sensitive to it. Not give just lip service.
Exactly. Many prayers to Hamlin family there. Back to you, DKOMX. So, speaking of the actual concert, then we'll actually dig into his bio. We want to go get a little deeper on him. How did you mentioned backstage with some of the grander artists? How did you feel? I mean, I know they're giving you a lot of respect. First of all, in order to people just don't get to go on stage with these amazing artists. They have to be respected in the industry also. So, how did they treat you in the back? And tell us the whole synopsis of what happened and what went on in the back before you actually got on stage. Were you just chopping it up first and talking trash or what?
So the main thing, man, I always keep my family with me. I had my mom, my dad, my people with me, you know what I'm saying? So I always keep them with me by my side before I get on stage. So that was the first thing. Yeah. Got the whole crew together, got my photographer, my filmmaker with me.
Right.
And so, we just vibing, like, we eating food, we chilling. They had a little green space for everybody too.
Okay, yeah.
And then we was off to the side with some chairs and everything. Mm-hmm. And then really, it was just a crazy thing of events that happened, because basically what happened was there was a bunch of artists that were gonna be opening too from a label, I'm pretty sure. And so they opened, and then I was gonna be the last opener right before Moneybagg and then Lil Baby. And so what happened was Moneybagg almost, he basically was on a time crunch because he was gonna miss his jet. And so they were like, Moneybagg gotta go before DK.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, that's cool. That's real
cool.
Everything's gonna be fine, right?
Moneybagg
gotta go before DK. And so, you know, I got all my friends in the crowd, you know,
Right.
all my family people. And, you know, they thought when that last girl went, you know, DK's about to come up. Moneybag comes up. Ooh. So they're like, oh, is DK like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like Moneybag went. And then it was just a matter of like, let's make sure I get up before Lil Baby, because Lil Baby come walking in, they gonna want to put him on stage.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the main thing was like, we just made sure, you know, it was like, oh, this Lil Baby mic, you can't have this mic, or you know, like, you know what I'm saying, like little stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know me,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, well.
So we never see anything like that.
Yeah,
like
real. Yeah, so this like stuff people didn't see, and so
yeah.
I was walking up on stage, I had to grab the MC's mic, the dude that was you know over the event. I had to grab his mic, and you know, he gave it to me. He's like, okay, do your thing. You know?
It was your moment.
So
yeah,
so
that's amazing, man.
Did my set, but before that,
rule number one.
Yeah, rule number one.
See,
but before that, people was like passing out and stuff. So that was
Wow.
that was also something crazy that was going on too. So
really,
you know, I grabbed the mic, and then right when I grabbed the mic, I heard like 4 people passed out after Moneybag went, and so they had to do some clearance right there. So I was sitting on stage for like 5 minutes. I was sitting on stage for like 5 minutes.
Getting cold.
Oh yeah,
getting cold.
Oh no,
when you get cold, you still.
I was still
like,
you know, it's like 10,000 people, so
right.
it would be a little, you know.
Yeah, you gotta stay.
And so, you know, I was just talking to the people, you know, asking them how they was doing and stuff. They was, you know, hyping me up, giving me energy, because they knew what kind of situation I was in. They was like, you know, this dude put in so much work, and you know, he up here in front of us.
Oh, man.
And they
10,000?
Yeah, so they had stopped the music on me. They was like, you know, the music gonna stop right here until we get these people cleared out, and you know. Like the situation, like you got to make sure everybody's straight. So I definitely understood. Yeah. And so, you know, I was very understanding about it, and you know, right when we made sure everybody was straight, went into the set, and you know, turned up.
Good stuff, baby.
But yeah, that's kind of like the backstage thing.
The backstage
that went through. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that was a wherever you are, be there moment.
Yeah,
I would say. Would you say that?
Yep, I had to be in that moment.
You had to be in that moment,
yeah.
man. You know, sometimes if you really say that to yourself, no DK, be there.
Is that kind of what separates artists kind of from the same path that you've taken? Is that what separates them? Like something can happen, others fizzle out in those moments. DKOMX explodes in those moments. Sure. I mean, that's got to be the difference between the YouTube version and the 10,000 seat audience version.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about that?
I think in general, when it comes to being great at anything, you have to perform under pressure, but 2 is just how you react to situations. You can never really, you know, you can practice as much as you want, but until you're there and you have to react in that situation, you know, you're never gonna know. But as long as you do everything positively, have the right energy, and be there, like you said, like be in the moment, you'll be straight. And you know, that is what separates the great from people that aren't. I
was wondering how sports was gonna tie into the DKOMX podcast. That sounds just like what the other champions we've had on here.
We had some amazing.
That's exactly kind of what they said.
But it's the same thing like when I used to be in the box, like, you know, like up to bat back in the day, you know, I could, you know, bottom of the ninth, bottom of the sixth, you know, like when we was younger.
Right.
And you know, it's 2 strikes on you. You gonna fold or you gonna, you know,
handle your business,
either get on base with a walker, you know, get on base with a hit. So
right.
You know, that's the main thing is just being in those moments.
That was the setup right there. Yeah, playing that ball. I tell you what, man, if you can get your kids into sports early and give them the opportunity to feel some adversity, some ups and downs, get in that valley, and then climb out of there, they can handle anything in life.
Well, you know, back to what we was interviewing his dad now, you know, he kind of said that. Sure. You got to, as parents and guiders and servant leaders, you got to, you can't do it for them.
Right.
So you have to create a platform to where they can succeed, and we have focused on sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
but there's a lot of life lessons in those moments, you know, and you can tell that DK, he took those lessons. He just, basically, if we didn't know he was a hip hop artist,
right,
you would have thought we was talking about succeeding in any sport.
Exactly.
When he just was talking, you know.
Exactly. And so, DKOMX, you're actually from Macon. Mm-hmm. So you're born and raised here in Macon.
Nah, I was born in Athens, Georgia.
You were born in Athens.
Yeah. Well, my dad was at grad school at UGA. So,
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I was born in Athens, Georgia. Moved to Nashville, Tennessee when my mom was in medical school.
Okay.
And so then I moved to Macon when I was about 5 years old.
About 5 years old.
5 or 6, yeah.
And so you've done a lot of things here in Macon. Mm-hmm. You put on some shows, a few shows, the Otis Redding Foundation. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So really, I started the Otis Redding Foundation when I was about 13 years old, 13 or 14.
Sure.
And so like I went to summer camp there, and they just taught me everything ranging between, you know, the music industry and how to collect royalties, and also just how to, you know, create a career with music and everything. Sure. And so I was going through that, like, the same time I was playing baseball, and just, you know, making sure my pen was sharp with music, but also, you know, while I was doing sports, I always had like 2 avenues that I knew that I was interested in with the Otis Redding Foundation. And so, like, nowadays with them, I'm a coach, and I go volunteer there, and I'm also an ambassador, you know, talking about the new centers that they're putting together, and just like what they're doing for the community and stuff. So
wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm real interested in, like, so you mentioned keeping your pen sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to a camp like that, do you ever run into people that try to relive their, you know, their passion through you? How do you keep yourself DKOMX versus, you know, the coaches? Like, you know what I'm saying, you said your coach, how do you keep yourself DKOMX in those type of environments?
I don't think I necessarily have to. I think it really speaks for itself in a way of just, you know, how I carry myself and, you know, how I go about my business. When it comes to coaching the kids, for the most part, I just give them as much guidance as I would want when I was in that situation. Because, you know, I've come from a different situation where, you know, I'm a coach that used to be a camper. And so these campers are like, well, I can relate to that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, you started here. And so really all I do is, whether I tell them stories about when I used to be a camper and I, you know, didn't write that much music back in the day, and, you know, now I write something every day, to opposed to, you know, just showing them little things they can do with their songwriting.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to do a lot of work to stand out as DKOMX. They just kind of know. Like,
yeah, that's what's up. You just kind of know. And so I don't know if you was alluding to, you know, how did he continue to be DKOMX versus Dakarai? Is that what you was alluding to?
Well, so,
but I mean, do we have to put on a certain face? Do we have to be 2 different people?
No,
how is that?
I was more asking, like,
because I would like to know that. Like, how do you continue to be that
some
artist?
of us dads try to make our baseball player into the version that we see.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When a lot of times they probably should be, if we were a pitcher, they should probably play third base. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So some people fizzle out because I'm trying to make my son a pitcher when he should be playing third, and that's what I was saying.
Oh,
like,
so like the different artists?
Yeah. Like let them find their own voice.
Yeah,
but still guide them. You know, still
distinct.
It's exactly the same thing, because I think every artist grows differently, and every artist is going to be different at different points. There might have been some artists that were better than me when I was like 13 or 14, and we might have been the same age, but, you know, you can see the difference now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with those kids. I just try to, you know, like you said, guide them as much as I can, but then also let them know that you don't have to be me, or you don't have to be Drake, you don't have to be Kendrick, you don't have to be any of these artists that you look up to. As long as you're like, as long as you are you, then you are gonna be like better than any other artist.
Right.
Those artists can't be you.
Right.
At the end of the day, so as long as you get those kids to really understand the essence of themselves, then that's where the real art comes from, for real.
That sounds like what your dad told us earlier.
Yeah. He was dead on point.
You was put here to be you.
Exactly.
You know, the best you.
And so, and I want to get, I know we kind of skipped through a little bit, but I want to talk about FAMU now. How FAMU is really shaping you into being, you know, an artist, or to be like who you really want to be. So tell us a little about FAMU. Tell us what it's given you over the last couple of years, because I've never been to FAMU. And I never felt that culture. And I've heard it from his dad, you know, since DK has been coming to TNG Sports and Fitness. So I want to get it from a student, present student now.
I think the biggest thing that FAMU has given me is a support system. Mm-hmm. So they're just, one, they're so supportive, but two, they believe in every student's dreams. Like, you know, you'll walk down campus and you might see somebody that sells clothes. Like, this is my friend's clothing brand right here, actually. Wow. And he just transferred to FAMU this year, but he actually grew up in Macon with me. Wow. Actually played game on with me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was that?
His name is Kyler. I don't know if you know him.
Kyler.
Yeah, he's a big basketball guy now. So,
good stuff.
But he used to play baseball with me back in the day. Okay. Me, DJ, all of us. But yeah, so you know, you walking down on campus and you see all these people that, you know, in their own businesses, but also in their own majors, their own lanes, are very successful. So we can't help but to support each other. Oh, you need somebody to shoot a music video? Here's a person. Like, you need somebody, you need some clothes? Oh, okay, like, go get a clothing brand. Like, and so the support system is just crazy, like the networking. And so, you know, I come in, I'm like, oh, I DJ, I rap. And, you know, people need that. They need a DJ at a party. They need a rapper to get on stage. Right. And so just seeing that support system, not only need-based, but friend-based. Friendship is huge there. So, you know, just being surrounded by that when I came in, really.
So let me ask you this. Were you DJing before you was rapping, or were you, how's that?
So I was DJing before I was rapping.
I thought I saw some side DJ stuff going on. I came to one of those pop house one day.
I was at Otis Camp probably a year after I started DJing. I started DJing on my phone.
That's what's
and
up.
So yeah, like I was just on the app, you know, DJing on my phone. Yeah. That's really how a lot of us started out. And then, you know, I went to Otis Camp the next year, and I just kept up both. The same with baseball, you know, everything. So I just kept up with all of it, and you know, kind of flourished with the DJing. Started getting more equipment, and you know, getting more parties under my belt. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And acting.
Yeah. I can see you as an actor.
Let's talk about that, man. I mean, I don't know how old DK was. I think he was mimicking someone from London or somewhere, or British. I don't know this video.
Oh, you talking about?
He had somebody over to the house, and I think Pops put that up.
Yeah. So there was, yes, I was speaking in a British accent. I was in New York. One of my dad's friends, he had an apartment in New York at the time. And so I was there speaking in a British accent to this.
How old were you then?
I was probably like 13.
He was young, man, and he was killing it. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was really into Harry Potter in middle school, so I just been going crazy learning the little British accent by accident, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
One act, you killed that.
Yep, I had a one act play. So I had been doing theater. Yeah. I had started right in 9th grade for real, and so from 9th grade to 12th grade, just getting one act plays every year, and so
I love it.
Doing that, and so you know, now I'm a theater major along with my psychology major on a partial theater scholarship, and so yeah.
Killing the game. He's in the game. He's out there in the streets and killing the games. In the classroom. Chris, you got anything over there?
I was gonna ask, you know, so we hear about it's obvious you're creative, okay? With creativity, I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. So where do you get some inspiration from? You know, like where's your daily inspiration come from? Whether it's music or just what you want to do during that day. I mean, tell us about that.
I think a lot of my inspiration comes from just living, whether it be, you know, being out with friends or family. I just find different things, like with my friends. Like my friends might say a phrase, I'll be like, oh, where's that from? Because, you know, I have different friends, you know, from Chicago to different parts of Florida. So just picking up little things as you go through life, and, you know, as you travel too, you just see different little things and, you know, pick them up and, you know, might put it in a song, might be a lyric, that might be a style that I like that I pick up at the club that I hear another DJ do, you know, whether it be dancehall or something like that. So, you know, the part of creating is just making the world your own, like, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree. Like, you just, I love that. You're taking the world your own. Yeah, you taking different things from the world and then you making it your own into your own art, and you know, that's what people resonate with. I knew you had it, man. I knew you had it. I've been waiting on DKOMX to come through. Good job.
He's your number one fan.
I
am, man. This is nice, man. You mentioned your mom. Like I said, this is Outside the Line podcast. We talked a little bit about your dad. Kind of give us a little bit about your mom.
Well, let me ask you.
Do you have any other siblings or anything like that?
Does she have any other siblings?
Do you have any
siblings?
Oh,
do I know? Yeah,
let me ask you this real quick. Were you around your dad when that game was going on this weekend?
Which one?
The Georgia game.
Oh yeah, I was. He was right there. Like the clock was going down. We kept flipping between New York and you know what I'm saying, the game. Yeah. But man, I'm glad he missed that.
Yeah, but he was asking about. You can move on to your siblings and everything now.
Yeah, he don't have any. I know he did. I didn't know if he popped up right. Nah. Oh shit. So tell us a little bit about your mom, man. This is Outside the Lines. We know she's amazing. She's very supportive. We just want to know a little bit more. What do you have for us?
For sure. So she from Miami, Florida, you know what I'm saying? And she is a medical doctor, went to med school around the time I was born. And so, yeah, I think one of the things I get from her is her work ethic. You know, she didn't get into med school the first time she applied before I was born, like when she just got out of FAMU. But, you know, she just kept pushing, kept taking the test. You know, kept being in labs and, you know, studying. So I get a lot of my determination from that, you know what I'm saying? So
love it,
even if I, you know, miss a shot, it's always good to keep shooting. Like,
keep shooting your shot.
The Kobe factor.
Yeah.
Ain't rising to the top.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on that one.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep it together when not together, cause we was 16, bumping J. Cole and Kathleen. Hard to stay home when I see you inside my home screen. Started reminisce about coming up to your trap meets music, my language. Back when my name was his name, was memories faded. Shirts getting faded like boy.
It's pretty hard right here, man. Yeah, it's pretty hard. He hadn't even dropped it yet. Watch this.
And how that dream feel, talking about that dream feel. From J. Cole's monumental star to see what King feel. I was taught to love the miscommunication, something that is overrated in chaos, cause opportunity, the ones that we've been chasing with heart. I left my dreams in the dark. If we are twinning, how you gon' tell us apart? We the same, man, it's breaking my heart. Yeah, breaking my heart, I've been running from demons. There's demons of people and life. You see them as hard to be more than a person and equal, especially when you got egos and think that it's legal to be where you at, or legal the way you react. Looking for fire, trust on the board, both started out with a match. Yeah, song spoken, poetic justice. We bumpin' J. Cole, I watch him hustle, he show me substance, ain't rap for nothing. I write this music to end discussions, I'm done discussing. They bump me, I bump Cole, I'm screaming, bump J. Cole. Bump J. Cole, yeah, bump J. Cole. Bump J. Cole, that's right, bump J. Cole. Bump J. Cole.
Man, that is so tight. That is so tight. What inspired that song, man? How did you get on that joint there, man? That's pretty nice.
So actually, that song, I met somebody with the social justice project that me and my mentor Laz had been music directors on, and so he was one of the fellows, a part of the project, and he just hit me up and was like, yeah, you know, I got a song, it's called Bum J. Cole, I got a couple of my homeboys on it, and so, you know, I want you to be on it, and so, you know, me and Laz were in Atlanta probably every weekend, like, so one weekend I just stayed at his crib and, you know, locked in on the verse. Yep. And
yeah.
So this is a one-day thing.
Well, yeah, like I recorded most like the reference at his studio, then I recorded the rest at my studio.
Good stuff.
Yeah, back in the crib.
Let me talk about that justice project, social justice project. Can you elaborate a little bit on that for me?
Yeah, so it's called We Need You. It was a book actually written by Mauli Davis out in Atlanta, Georgia, and so he's a a attorney out in Atlanta, and he basically just made a social justice book talking about how he wanted to inspire his son's generation and kind of lead them into activism. And so basically after he made it, he got a bunch of, different creatives in Atlanta and around Atlanta to make a album, make artwork, make music videos. So we had, people on artwork and people that shot the music videos and everything. And,
wow.
we kind of all just got together, had different sponsors, and we, just cranked out an album, 25 songs.
Dude, 25 songs?
Yeah, I was assistant music director for that.
Is that associated
assistant music director?
With the social,
okay, that's what's up.
Is it associated with the social justice project like this in Alabama?
Which one?
Well, maybe that's the one that has the like the lynching memorial over there.
I know this one was it was very inspired by the George Floyd riots in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Because his son actually went to the
Floyd's son?
No, Maoli Davis.
Maoli Davis.
His son went to the riots in Atlanta, and so one of the parts of the book is him telling his son that we need you, we need your generation.
Yeah.
To actually get into this activism and support and do it in the right way. And so that's kind of what it was inspired by.
Do you feel like that's a space for you? Do you feel like people need you in that space?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a space I'm always going to speak to. However old I get, and right now, of course, I think it's the best time to talk about it, because I think people in my generation need to see somebody like me, my age, talk about it, speak to it. So when I can, and when the right spaces present themselves,
I love it.
It's always said that it could be you. That's I don't. Y'all may have seen some of those shows that kind of exploit crime in our neighborhoods, and they get the door knocked on. It's like, hey, can you help us with it? No, I don't know. Well, and then next week, guess who's on the TV needing help?
Yeah, exactly.
It could have been them. They should have been helping out.
They should have been helping out, exactly.
Facts.
Wow, man. So you have a lot of stuff going on, DK. DKOMX. I really have to get used to calling him DKOMX. So excuse me.
Good.
This is my man. He's been around forever. So I see him a little bit different than you do, but I'm super excited for you. But tell us about the other projects you may have.
Any awards you've been nominated for?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, so I got nominated for 478 Macon Artist of the Year, and then MaconIT Artist of the Year I won, so I'm MaconIT Artist of the Year.
Let's go!
Yeah, so the 478 awards, I went to those. I was nominated.
That's fitting. Y'all both have won an award here,
What now?
Best of the best. Yeah.
Best of the best trainer. That's what's up.
Yep. So,
TNG Sports and Fitness.
Let's go.
Shout out.
But yep.
So any other projects? You have a play that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that. What it's all about.
So I'm actually casted as this character named Abram in Romeo and Juliet, set in Miami. It's gonna be in Tallahassee, Florida, March 1st through 5th. And so it's a school play, FAMU Central Theater.
Right.
And so I'm very excited for that. It's my first main stage play at the school, so.
You'll kill it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll kill
Yes,
it.
sir.
That's nice. Never second, baby. Never second.
Never second.
Wherever you are.
Be there.
Be there. That's my man. Good stuff. Anything you have over there, Chris?
No, it's leading up to this podcast, I was I even called Lee. I was like, what? How does this? How does sports tie into this? And it's just funny that I actually knew y'all when you were playing sports, but then this comes around, and it's been really good getting to know you. And I hope that our audience, which we want to thank anybody watching this, and we appreciate y'all supporting the podcast. And if you could, please like, share, and subscribe to the Outside the Line podcast.
Exactly.
And But DKOMX, I was gonna say this earlier about when we was listening to that song. You know, sometimes when you get our age, you're like, do I look kind of, you know, dorky, you know, liking some of this young music? But that, you can't help but to like what we was just listening to. Yeah, and I was listening to some of your stuff earlier, right? And like, I can't see why I'm not adding that to my playlist.
I mean, how many albums? What do you have out now? I mean,
so I have
starting from the beginning to the end. What do you have?
So I have one mixtape. I have one EP that I just released last April, Go Mode. And then
we talk about that Go Mode.
So I have Go Mode. So I have an EP, a mixtape, and then the social justice album that, you know, I was the assistant music director on. So
that's what's up, baby.
Coming next is probably a couple more EPs, and then you know, another album.
Let's hit that Go Mode real quick. I want to hear it.
Know.
Put Chris on something, man.
Yeah.
You can rap to this if you don't mind. I mean, just put some lyrics. Just roll with it.
Yeah, y'all let me get in my mode. Y'all just think that I stay at the bottom, but you know I'm there, got rolls. Yeah, y'all let me get in my mode. My brothers for folks, those are my brothers for show. Go, y'all let me get in my mode. Y'all just think that I stay at the bottom, but you know I'm there, got rolls. Yeah, those are my brothers for show. My brothers for folks, those are my brothers for show. Can't be his man on a mission and say that I haven't been mission tirelessly. I've been away so long that at this point I perceive that I'm tired of see. Repeating beats on the regular, making sure my shit ain't regular. Keep pressing play so I get some pressure for people that think that we never consider the fact that we black in the nation that sees with niggas and action related to way more than figures. Can't see my potential, the least that I got on my bars in the riddle. The city I live in made lifted essential, big wage shoot. We had the way in the pose, breaking rules, breaking the mold. Like zero, I'm pulling out holes in the system that rather fix roads. Damn, wait for me to come up from the bottom. Thought I'm talking about love niggas, I'm keep talking. I read out the comments, y'all pics on watching the see you on TV, but you know you not so I go. Feeling like cuss these lyrics been cold. I ain't been dropping lately, I know. Turn the beat cause I be in my mode. I been on my mode, go. Yeah.
What inspired that, man? That's so hype, man. I mean, you definitely get in your mode. You know, I've actually used that a few times getting ready for boot camp. Yeah. Because, you know, every trainer don't necessarily, we're not always ready to train. So sometimes you have to get in your mode. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the car with the bar. And I'm like, what are we going to do today? And then all of a sudden, it just come through. Yeah, I mean, you did that right thing. You did it. Good stuff, bro.
Really, the thing that inspired that was my first, like, week after I got out of summer school. Like, it was my first semester as a freshman at FAM. It was summer 2021. And so I came back and I realized I only had 2 weeks before I had to come back for the fall.
Right.
And so in those 2 weeks, you know, I got with my producers and just my friends, people I work with all the time. I was like,
2 weeks.
I'm trying to put this five song mixtape like EP together.
Right.
And you know, it's gonna be called Go Mode because we got to get in Go Mode to finish this. You know what I'm
saying?
Ooh, okay. And so, you know, we got together, got into Go Mode, and it was done.
It's here, baby.
Yep.
Go Mode. Go pop that. That's nice, man.
Yeah, I'm captain. I'm gonna captain a tennis team this spring. I might use your song as our walkout music.
I mean, that's legit.
Yeah, let's get on our mode.
That's straight legit, man. I mean, just so many other songs that I enjoy. You know my favorite. What we talking about? What are we
Keep talking?
Keep talking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the song actually hits as what we keep talking. Is it keep talking about?
I don't know what y'all keep talking about.
I don't know what y'all keep talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's definitely lit, man. I was on that for a whole minute. But this is exciting, man, to have DKOMX to come in and just really show us the real deal. You know, to give us the behind the scene kind of feel who he really is. You know, he's telling us about his family. He's telling us about being on stage at some point. He's telling about his school, excellent time he's having at FAMU. Just so many different projects he's been on. He's been just volunteering all over Macon. He's having awards here and there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for big things for DKOMX.
Yeah, and I was saying, you know, there's probably people out there like me, like, what does this have to do? You know, y'all are a sports podcast,
right?
And well, it's outside the lines for one.
Exactly.
But it's just so full circle. You know, all of us met on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Success there has led you here, you know, striving there, lessons you learned there, you still carry now. So there's really should be no confusion, you know.
Exactly. So, you know, we're about to wrap it up. I mean, DK, we would really like to know what's next for you. I know you kind of spit a few things out, and how, you know, what would you like to say to the audience out there? How can you inspire, you know, the younger generation? Just give us the everything. Give us that knowledge, man. We need it.
For sure. So what's next is basically just, you know, more music. Of course, also just performances, and, you know, I want to do this upcoming year and probably years to come, I'm probably going to start doing more high school performances. I did a couple this past year, but, you know, doing high school performance, grade school performances, K through 12 performances, just, you know, to inspire the youth, like you said.
Exactly.
And so getting into that, getting into more music, and just overall becoming a better person, better man.
Oh, I love it.
Yep, and growing. So
I love that.
And in terms of inspiration, like, the only thing I can give, you know, the audience, people out there, is just keep working every day on your craft. Whether it's one block that you're putting down, eventually you'll look back and the blocks will be like this high. So I always keep putting the block down, keep building, no matter what.
Love it, man. Building blocks.
That's perfect for the new year. Get on that mode.
That's what's up, DK. I love that, man. Chris, you got anything, man?
Just again, we want to thank the audience for tuning in. You know, we hope y'all are enjoying the podcast. You know, please again like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Exactly. Also, DKOMX, we would like to know, how can your fans get in touch with you? Is it IG? Are you still rocking Facebook? Put us on the Spotify. Put us on all that stuff. Let us know how we can get in touch with you.
So on all platforms, all streaming platforms, is DKOMX, and that's all caps. For Instagram, it's DKOMX_, and then for Facebook, it's DK Williams. And so yeah, just DM me. You know, anything that y'all have in your mind or anything like that, I'm there. You know, listen to the music, DKOMX, all caps, and yeah, that's where I'm at.
And we locked in.
Yes.
Outside the lines, baby.
Outside the lines.
DKOMX. Peace out.
Right.
Peace out.